It's early morning on the opening weekend of the 2025 US Touring Car Championship, and already teams are on the back foot. In place of the expected and more gentle start to the season on the slower and more technical turns of Button Willow, we're here in the far more hairy-chested hills of Sonoma Raceway. Round 1 was cancelled due to track facilities not being ready. So now the season begins here at the original Round 2, and it's an enduro race. And to add insult to injury, there's some idiot with a camera running around the paddock asking stupid questions.
It's only going to get worse.
Welcome to the business end of the motorsports ladder, where everything costs something. Drivers do way more than just drive, and speed alone doesn't guarantee. It sucks being the new kid at school, but that's exactly where I've found myself since arriving at the track. Everyone here is part of a team competing in this year's championship, except me. I'm here to tell the story of their season, but I'm not sure if anyone I'm filming knows that yet.
Ignore me.
My plan to shadow 2 drivers all weekend is beginning to unravel in real time. Neither has responded to any of my increasingly urgent "where are you" messages, and so, over-anxious and under-caffeinated, I've been wandering around the paddock like a lost child in a theme park, searching for a responsible adult. Luckily enough, the one that found me turned out to be married to the founder, mother to 2 of this season's drivers, and is a veteran USTCC competitor herself, named Becky Arsham. And to top it all off, she even knew where the coffee was.
How many jobs have you got here?
Oh, I have quite a few here, yeah. So driver. I don't know what my title is, but basically making sure that all the catering is done for our team and all of our staff. So we feed anywhere from 15, usually about 20 every meal through the weekend. So here at the track. So I make sure that gets done, and also co-host of the Final Drive TV show. So I think I'm listed as a producer, but that's just kind of silly. But Nikki and I co-host the intro of that, and then we have different people do the voiceover part. It's a very, very unique event this weekend. So generally we'll have practice qualifying today, and it's early and it's spread out through the day. So we get in at 6 and we're just moving right along all day long. And then when we get to Sunday, race day, we usually have a really small practice, warm up, qualifying, and then race. And so it's spread through the day, and it's just unusual for us.
So this is what you classify this as an endurance race?
Yes. So yeah, we're going to have 2 endurance races in this season this year, and they are 2-hour races, which is for most cars, I think all cars, will require a fuel stop.
Oh wow! So typical races are how long?
So we're timed races. So from the time we get out for our warm up until we grid up ready for our standing start, until we come off track, it's a half hour. So actual race time is a little more compressed than that. Uniquely also for enduros, we'll be doing rolling start, and part of that is that there's some other groups that will be in with us. It's interesting. You got to keep your gap. It's a little easier because you're flowing when you get into the start finish line, and so you can kind of see where people are heading. But standing start's exciting. We've got cars that will stall on track, and if you're the car right behind them queued up, then you've got to, am I going to go right or am I going to go left? And there's the guy next to me going right or left, and so there's always a bit of strategy with that.
It adds to the chaos.
It does. It absolutely does.
Whilst chatting with Becky, my delinquent drivers had checked in. One was still en route, but the other had been sleeping in his trailer after a late night working on his car. He told me to come over and said he'd be easy to find. He wasn't kidding. Volvo certainly isn't the first name that springs to mind when you think of global motorsports. But it might surprise you to find out that when they do decide to go racing, they kick a surprising amount of arse. Tim Hunter's green C30R turned out to have quite the pedigree.
Basically, it was built by Volvo to race in Pirelli World Challenge back in 2010. It was the same time they were running the S60s and destroying everybody, which was awesome to watch. Volvo absolutely decimating all the competition here in the States. The car was winning in Pirelli World Challenge in touring car, won 2010, 2011, and then Volvo decided they weren't going to be racing anymore and got out of the race series altogether. The car was put into mothballs. A gentleman in Chicago picked it up, raced it for a couple seasons, and then put it into mothballs. I was looking to put a C30 together. Went back to the original race team at 3R in Colorado, and a couple weeks later they came to me and said, hey, the old original C30s that were in mothballs are up for sale now, would you want to buy one? And I said, heck yeah, why would I pass up all that R&D money and try to have you guys re-engineer this for me? So in 2018, I brought the car out of mothballs, had 3R race team go through it, stem to stern, and basically got me back on the track, and I started competing in SCCA. In 2020, during COVID, I actually made it back to Indianapolis in this car for the runoffs in SCCA, at which point we had a computer glitch and basically relegated us to 22nd place in the nation. But still, it's 22nd place in the nation.
Tim's bright green Volvo was in essence an ex-works car, meaning it probably had a few $100,000 worth of factory R&D behind it, which seemed a little unfair considering some of the other competitors which were clearly built under much humbler budgets. However, I still hadn't figured out what a GT Corvette was doing here or how this spec Miata was hoping to keep up. And that was before the M4 GTS rolled in on barely legal road tyres and started applying a race number. I clearly had no idea what the hell was going on. It was getting stupid hot in the hills of Sonoma Raceway. Soon there was a scheduled break in the wall-to-wall track day events that had been running all day. Thankfully, I'd finally located my second driver just in time for free practice. I just needed an introductory soundbite or two.
There you go, I want to talk about your race prep.
Wait, did she just laugh at me? Clearly, I need to work on my communication skills. So I turned to team manager and race mechanic Ben Penn for the assist, as I'd been in his face pretty much all morning.
So what have you got to get prepped for the race?
What's that?
What have you got to get prepped for quali or for winning?
Well, since this is the first time out for this year, we got to run through a few checks on the car. We did do some upgrades and over the winter, but at this point, polish it up, make it look pretty, get it ready.
Cool. What's your typical race prep, Tim?
Well, we run a checklist. Always run a checklist. Typically, we're checking tires, suspension, coolant, fluids, making sure the brake pads are in good shape, brake rotors. Make sure there's ice in the cool suit because it's important to keep the driver cool.
It's going to be hot today, right?
Yeah, it'll be fun. There's some other little niggly-naggly things, but yeah, that's pretty much the basics.
After my chats with Ben and Tim, I noticed that my second driver, Marion Ngulke, had returned from wherever it was she went, and with free practice just half an hour away, I'd have to chance it and just hope that I was less charming and funny this time round.
Practice is what's supposed to come up next, yes?
And then qualifying.
And then is qualifying. So the difference is for free practice, you really just test what the car can do, any changes that have been made over the winter, and this is the first time for us to go out with the cars, for most of us to go out with the cars, so it's almost like a new car, even though you know the car somewhat. And so you're just testing, you're looking at your brake points, your turn-ins, see what the track does, how the tires are. And then for qualifying is a little different because you want to grab a session where you have hopefully as undisturbed as possible a free run so you can get a good lap time. And it'll give you the position on the starting grid. So we do a standing start typically. Not sure how it's going to be tomorrow for the enduro race. That's not a format that we do very often. We typically have sprint races of 30 minutes. Further up you're up front, the better for you. So you really make the good decision, get a good start, and you're off, and you can put some distance between you and the rest of the cars, particularly your group. I guess Ben is going to get the car ready about that same time, making sure it's warmed up, tire pressure, making sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Then I'm getting strapped in and we're off to the grid.
With around 15 minutes until free practice opened, the paddock slipped into overdrive, with go, no-go calls being made and those headed out getting suited up, getting their head in the game. Although it does help if you can see.
Thank you. So much better.
We're going to do the...
I headed out to a spot up at the point that I'd scouted out earlier, where I could see multiple corners from a single location. This is where I get my first look at the cars moving at speed, although it quickly becomes clear that half the paddock didn't make it out, and it's challenging to follow what's going on. There's no public address system being used because there's no public. It's just me and one or two photographers. However, there's no real time to dwell on it as it's only a 20-minute session, which means maybe 8 to 10 laps of action, so I focused on the track. Marion looks super smooth, but somehow I get the sense she's not pushing too hard, so she's likely shaking down the beamer. Tim took one hot lap and then seems to have backed right off. But he doesn't pull in, so is he testing or diagnosing something? I guess I'll find out later. The two Genesis coupes are hilariously loud and fast. One even started pestering a garage queen that had dared to come out and play with the racers. But then there's the Miata, which spent the whole session bombing it around the track, sounding like a nuclear-powered Hornet, very, very rapidly. And so it looks like my assumption that the Tangerine Terror would struggle will be eaten along with a large slice of humble pie come race day. With the session drawing to a close, it was time to head back to the paddock, where a big autocross meet had erupted into life.
How'd it go?
The car felt really good. I didn't go as fast as I probably could have. I'm not really sure why. But the car felt good, track felt good. So I went out on Toyo tires, which are not the tires that we need for this race season. So for the race, we need Hankooks, and for the qualifying as well. So for the qualifying, we'll be putting on new stickers, some new tire stickers. We'll scrub them in, and we're ready to go for the race tomorrow.
Your face is hot. It's so hot.
It is hot. I'm so glad I got the cool suit. Looks a little funny, but it helps.
The springs are all the way.
Let me double check.
How'd it go?
We're doing a fuel run, so that's what we were really trying to do.
Oh, right.
We hit in time, so we're trying to hit 2 minutes 30 seconds, see how much fuel we're going to burn.
Right.
But then we lost first and third. That's okay, we can run without that. Those are just ancillary gears. We got a knock we're trying to track down on the front end now, which is kind of annoying, so we'll see where that goes.
Is it what you thought?
Just about. The linkage came off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we just popped that in. We're having some weird funk with the suspension in the front. A leaking brake caliper too. It's a small leak, but over 2 hours.
2 hours.
We'll see. He's at a driver's meeting.
Drivers' meetings are in essence the pre-flight safety demonstrations of the motorsports world, and in all honesty, they don't make riveting viewing for casual observers. I came to find some answers. What were the groups that Marion had mentioned? Why were the USTCC and Speed SF working on a joint race? And had I used enough sunblock today? I feared not.
All right, we're gonna get this going. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is a bigger turnout. We love it. Where are my USTCC drivers at? How many USTCC? About half the field.
The meeting covers everything from track configuration, a point of some contention at this race, to pit lane and overtaking rules via the safety car. But it didn't cover any of my questions. They'd have to wait until I got home and had time to do some proper research. Because everyone was now laser focused on just one thing: how the amended track layout affected their race. It was all smiles and jokes coming back from the meeting, but in the paddock, tensions were beginning to rise as qualification drew near.
Did you problem solve?
We did.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's the good news. So now we get to go run a new configuration I've never ran except on the simulator before. And what could possibly go wrong?
No, nothing.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So talk me through qualifying. What normally happens? It's like, how long is it?
Usually qualifying is 3 laps and you go as fast as hell as you possibly can.
Right.
Because we're doing enduro, it doesn't really freaking matter.
Nice and warm in there.
Yeah, nice and warm, toasty. I'll be glad once I get going and my cool suit jumps on.
Right.
Everyone was headed out for this session as the colder weather in the morning meant potentially slippery conditions. Better to get a time in the can now than risk the Northern California weather in the morning. Qualifying with this many cars on track is absolutely bonkers. It looked hard for anyone to find any space for a traffic-free lap, because it's everywhere, and it adds another challenge for everyone involved. I can't tell if Marion or Tim are running competitively. In fact, the only thing I can tell from up here is that the Smurf Vet is so much faster than everyone else, it's comical. Drivers of slower cars will need swivels in their necks. It looks like it's lapping twice as fast as some of the smaller cars, and I feel confident that barring disaster, there's a clear winner here. But in what feels like a heartbeat, it's over. Barring one last job, weighing in.
There we go.
Hey, it went well, thank you.
So this is the weigh-in?
Yeah, so we have to weigh in, and you cannot touch the car before it's weighed. So otherwise it will be disqualified.
We're not getting you a DQ, don't worry.
That'll be good on the way on. There you go, thank you, good job. All right, 2765. Just like the number. 2765. All right, go.
Okay, no, you no, here you go. It's as elegant as a Lamborghini.
Hold on.
Thankfully, you're easy to spot from up there. You just listen to the noise.
Well, you know, I never said I was the quietest car.
No,
on
it's
the track.
fantastic. It's so easy. Oh, that's hot.
Those are hot.
Yeah. How was it?
Shitload better.
Yes.
We
Cool.
gotta figure out what the bump is going up the hill at 1, but it's drivable.
Right.
And I can hit my numbers, that's all that matters.
Cool.
So we can make it work.
Confident for tomorrow?
Better than I was 20 minutes ago, that's for sure. She's running hard.
So what do you guys do now? Just that's the end of the night and then you kick back for the evening?
Do a little prep work, run some numbers, run some strategy.
Right.
Make sure tires are there, do the checklist. Always do the checklist. Outside of that, that's what we do.
Cool.
So and then get a good night's sleep because 8 o'clock race time comes early.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Hello, hello there. Sorry, it's a bit dark. I've just gotten home. As I was getting back, I realised I haven't done any self-filming, so I can't really host this series. And I had the idea quickly of putting together some short video diaries on my phone here to give updates on me and my perspective on what's been going on, because I am a note keeper. To give you some background on this, I've been kind of thrown in the deep end for this project because the guy that arranged it, Ali Arsham, the managing director of the USTCC, he's just too busy to hold my hand, so I kind of have to figure it all out myself. So I still don't know a full rundown of the rules, although I do suspect the groups are involved from talking to Marion, one of my drivers. Apparently there's 4 or 5 competitors that should be here that aren't here yet, and I don't know if they're going to show up till tomorrow or what. But I do know that all of the cars have got, almost all the cars have got in-car cameras, which I'm going to be able to nab the footage from. And I do know that I've been told I've got to get the track for the race starting at 8 AM, which means I've got a 5 AM alarm call, which is great because I'm stupidly tired, not a bit sunburnt, and I've walked over 6.5 miles today with my rigs. So I should get going. I should go in, eat some food, recharge my gear and get some sleep. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Like this show? Want more? Then head to WatchPTTV.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.